Hello, this is Matt from blastprocess.com, and today we're having a look at the Elder Scrolls Online. Very excited to play this, big MMO fan and big Elder Scrolls fan, so let's see what we've got here. As you can see, the interface very similar to Skyrim and Oblivion. It does also have a third person view as well, but I think we'll stick with first person for that Elder Scrolls experience.
Slowly now. You've been through an ordeal. Take a few moments to collect yourself.
So, more of the star-studded Elder Scrolls cast with Michael Gambon, voicing the Prophet, Dumbledore himself. So let's see what we're doing here.
Like you, I am a prisoner in this place, yet so much more. I am the past and the future, both. I am despair and hope. The tapestry we weave is a complex one. You cannot hope to see its pattern in its entirety. Not yet.
What do you want from me?
You must rescue me, and I, in turn, must rescue you. You must escape from this cell, take up arms, and protect yourself. Then find Lyris Titan.
Who is that? I don't understand. This guy is not very talkative, is he? So let's venture out and see what we can find here.
You there! We are escaping. Let me open your door. That's it! Quickly! You must escape before the guards return!
Right, let's go and explore. Go kill some things, I think. Run down here.
Quickly!
The environments do look very nice for MMO. See how things get on when we've got lots of other people on the screen, but so far so good.
There are weapons in the forge beyond these cells. Arm yourself.
Let's take Dumbledore's advice and get a weapon. In the bottom corner we've got a stamina bar, even the health bars and the map and everything, very similar to Skyrim, so if you played that I'm sure you'll pick this up quick enough. Now I think we'll go for bow and arrow. I always tend to play a thievy, sneaky, archery kind of character, so let's go with that today. So we best equip this. Again, basic interface here. Sure isn't rocket science for most of you. So let's equip this bow. We see the combat system here, as opposed to Warcraft with many keybinds and buttons. Most of it's just bound to the mouse, with a heavy light attack, a defensive one, and then spells bound to 4 buttons. So let's have a look what we've got. Okay, let's see what we can find then.
An enemy approaches. Strike it.
So let's see how we do in combat. Shoot this skeleton to death. He's getting very close, and he's dead.
Do not slow, Vestige.
1 gold. We're rich. Living the dream. So let's get through this corridor and try and find our way out. At the minute, all looking very good. Frame rate's okay as well. I know it's a fairly demanding game, but it's not looking too bad so far. We can block attacks. Fairly basic seaman combat system so far, but all good. I imagine it'll work quite well on consoles when it comes out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. So it looks like we've gained a skill point, so let's spend that. So, Assassin's Blade. Sounds good, let's go with that. And then that's bound to 1. Let's talk to her, see what's going on.
You've got more meat on your bones than most of these poor bastards, and I see you've armed yourself. Good. I hope you've still got some fight left in you. You're going to need it. A fellow prisoner. The name's Lyris. What? Who told you to find me?
A strange figure appeared in my sight. It's always a strange figure, isn't it?
Prophet. He spoke to you? What did he say? Ha. That sounds
So,
like the Prophet, all right.
generally the
Break
usual.
him out, of course. Keep your weapon ready and stick.
We're a prisoner, but we're no doubt the chosen one,
About it. You're obviously
and our fate of the
Once we
universe is in
rescue
our
the-
hands. So let's do this then. A bit of a samey corridor down here, but no doubt soon we'll be in a different environment. This is Tutorial City as such.
The Ashen Mines are dangerous, but they aren't as heavily patrolled as the other routes out of the... These tunnels will eventually take us to the Towers of Eyes. That's where we'll find the Sentinels.
Fairly ominous sounding place. We are in the realm of Oblivion, so
In her.
to be expected I suppose. Let's try a new ability on him. He's dead. Not much in the way of enemies to fight yet, but no doubt we'll bump into some more of these skeletal guys. In fact, there's one there.
Confidence is a beast that grows two heads, but each is
Yeah, the combat system isn't the most advanced in the world. I've got a feeling that skill that I bought can only be used on melee weapons. Oh well. So people dying. So let's get out of here. Skeleton blocking our way.
lose heart message. One close.
Dumbledore uttering reassuring phrases in our ears. So let's get out of it and see if we can continue the story. But yeah, first impressions so far. It's no World of Warcraft, but then it's also no Skyrim. Got a feeling it's going to have the lesser parts of both those games, which is a shame. But maybe in a couple of months, if it does go free to play, I'm sure I'd pick it up. At the minute though, I can't really justify the monthly fee compared to the likes of Warcraft. So where are we going now? Let's go for a wander up here. The environments do look very, very pretty though. I will give the game that. So looks like we need to go up here. So the only danger of being a multiplayer game, a lot of the guys are already dead by the time we're coming up here. Let's kill this scary looking vampiric guy. Gold, we're practically rich now. Giant Eye of Doom. Let's destroy this. There we go. Things are kicking off now. Let's go find the Prophet.
While he's blinded, we must get to the Prophet's cell.
A god of brutality knows of your escape. Hurry.
Oops, slightly high fall there, but it's all good. I'm not scared. I can see the combat being a bit repetitive eventually as well, but see how we go. It may still surprise us. I think the main threat this game's got is Warlords of Draenor out soon, TM, and I imagine a lot of the MMO crowd will go back to Warcraft. So here we are, let's see if we can get into the cell.
Damn it! Destroying the Sentinel must have triggered these wards. We'll need to find another way in. Maybe Cadwell can help us.
Who's Cadwell? Ooh, another
Cadwell
celebrity
is the oldest
actor.
one. Cadwell sees things as...
Let's see if we can find him. They do seem to have pushed the boat out on the voice actors in this game.
One fine day and
John Cleese as Cadwell.
It's
like a Harry Potter reunion.
Day for it. Sir Cadwell, yes, indeed, a pleasure. And fair Lyris, good to see you, my dear. How are you then? Oh dear, well that is inconvenient, isn't it? Tell you what, I happen to know another way in, much more of a scenic route. Rather a fun little jaunt actually, full of traps and corpses and nasty beasties filling up the bits in between. Rather cautiously, I expect. Watch your step, hold your nose, and do mind the traps. There'll like as not be a fair dose of running and skull bashing as well.
Okay, sounds exciting.
Follow the river. You'll find the door to the Undercroft at the water's end. Once you're inside, stick to the light and you'll find a ladder that will take you right up to the Prophet straight away. Do give him best of luck. Do check in now and again, won't you?
Well, let's not let down John Cleese. Only downside to fully voiced quests and stuff is that after the first time you've done the quest you just want to click through. But it does add a bit of something to the game, I suppose. So let's venture down here and see where we're going. I'll be interested to see how the kind of MMO aspect of this works. Whether we have dungeons or raids or difficult quests that require multiple players. Because at the minute it seems kind of a glorified single player game that you pay a monthly fee for, so... So we go, and again, when I had a playthrough yesterday, a lot of these chests had already been looted by people and had a pretty quiet wander through the cave. So we'll see how that affects things quest-wise. I think some parts of the games are instanced, but yeah, I don't think this little stretch is. But fairly simple little dungeon here. Kill the bad guys, avoid the traps, get the loot if there's any available for you. Again, we're only early days into the game, so perhaps the combat gets a bit more interesting later on. We shall see. The traps certainly aren't too difficult anyway. Combat does feel a bit floaty as well. Again, that may get better as time goes on. Ow. Oh, well, we seem to be getting stats. I believe it works like the other Elder Scrolls games, so if you keep using a skill it will improve. So let's navigate past these spikes and get out of this little dungeon. Any loot? No. So let's find the Prophet.
Quickly now, we haven't much time.
Quite a cool looking room.
Alright, the good news is we made it here in one piece, and the Prophet looks unharmed. Now the bad news. It's going to be up to you to keep him safe and get him back to Tamriel. I'm not going with you.
No major loss there?
Probably should have mentioned this before, but it never seemed like the right time. There's a trick to opening the cell. The only way for a prisoner to leave is for another living soul to take their place.
Yep, get the idea. You make a heroic sacrifice. Let's get on with it.
Right. There are magical locking...
So, let's activate this magical doodad. Again, very basic quest. Run over here, press a button, then talk to someone. But again, it is only the tutorial, so
I give
it's all good.
myself that the Prophet might be free!
There she is. Sacrificing her life so Michael Gambon can live. There she is taking her time about it. Okay, the Prophet's safe.
Thank the divines you are safe. There is that at least. Lyris sacrificed everything that we might go free. Her sacrifice must not be in vain.
Come on, Dumbledore, let's go.
But I promise you, once we escape Cold Harbor, we will find a way to rescue her together, Vestige. That is the name I have given you. You are but a trace of your former self, a soulless one, an empty vessel that longs to be filled. It is as the scrolls foretold, but not exactly as I imagined.
So basically the Dragonborn all over again. Excellent, let's go.
That is what I've come to be called. My true name is lost even to me. Years of torment have taken their toll. Quickly now, we must make haste to the anchor.
To the anchor!
The anchors are Daedric machines of the darkest magic. Their chains bind our world and pull it towards Cold Harbor. I can use one of these anchors to return us to Tamriel, but you must lead me to it.
Right, let's get to the anchor and do this. And then I think we're back in the main game then. We'll see what's going down there. So not the longest introduction area, which is a good thing if you have multiple playthrough. There's nothing worse than a hour-long introduction. So to the anchor mooring, and the load times through areas don't seem too horrific either. So a lot better than it could have been.
The insects fight back. How amusing, and yet so very sad.
Okay, big scary Daedric guy. Let's take out this Anchor Guardian. She does seem to have a fair bit of HP, but I think Dumbledore's healing us, so it's all good. Could probably block these attacks, but hey. Seems to be getting healed, so it's all good. Yeah, not the most exciting battle, I'm afraid. We'll see how things go if we get additional skills and stuff later on. Right, where's Dumbledore?
The Dark Anchor's portal is high above us. I will prepare a spell to lift us to it. But first you must reattune yourself to Nirn in order to regain your physical form. A shard of ethereal magicka that carries the essence of Nirn, some linked into Lorcan, the missing god of creation. If you collect and absorb its power, it should restore your corporeal form. I will summon one of these shards for you to absorb.
Okay, so we get the gist of this. Magical crystals of doom we need to collect.
Shard of Aetherius, fall upon us now and anoint us with your blessing.
Plot-wise, does seem
Quickly.
very Skyrim-y, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think this is pretty much like the absorbing Dragon Souls mechanic in Skyrim, so should unlock extra stuff as we get them.
It is time. If we are to return to our own realm, we must act quickly. First, you must activate the anchor. I can sense the dark energy emanating from 2 devices on either side of me. Activate both devices. I will begin the ritual that will pry open the jaws of oblivion and allow us to escape.
That was the most exciting over-top way of saying, press a couple of buttons and we'll get out of here.
There is no way to know for sure. In fact, it's extremely unlikely we will both arrive at the same location. Fear not, I will find you again when the time is right. Now go! Activate the devices. So
I imagine each character will have the same intro, but depending on your faction, you'll end up in a different area on the map. Shame they haven't had 3 different intros for the factions, but it's all good. So let's activate the devices and get the hell out of here. Again, nothing too taxing. Press the buttons.
Great Akatosh, dragon god of time, your children are lost. The fog between.
So he'll do his thing here, and
for mercy.
hopefully we'll end up
Hear
in the game world
voice,
proper.
Akatosh. I require your strength. Let the way be opened. Let these wandering souls return home. Let the will of Moloch Baal be denied. Hurry! We must go now!
Right, let's get out of here. There we go, floating up to our destiny. So I hope you've enjoyed the first part of our Elder Scrolls playthrough. Stay tuned for part 2.